Hello and welcome to the Sounds of Brass newsroom. I'm Peter and I'll be taking you through a deep, comprehensive look at everything happening across the brass band world, from major UK developments to international competitions, youth band achievements, policy changes and global industry stories shaping the future of banding. And there is a lot happening, from new safeguarding legislations affecting every UK band to international contest results to major cultural moments at the proms and beyond. One of the biggest stories this week comes from London, here in the United Kingdom, where the Black Dyke Band delivered a standout performance at the BBC Proms at the Royal Albert Hall, blending Belois with Harry Potter melodies in a programme that showcased both orchestral gravitas and popular appeal. Their appearance, which marks another milestone in brass band visibility on the national stage, a reminder of how deeply brass banding is woven into Britain's musical identity. The Proms audience responded with enthusiasm, and critics praised the band's precision, colour and ability to bridge genres. This performance also carried emotional weight as the banding community continues to reflect on the recent passing of tenor horn legend Gordon Higginbotham, whose influence on British brass playing remains profound. Brass Band England has released several important updates this month, and these will affect every UK brass band. A significant legislative change will come into force on the 1st of September 2026, altering safeguarding requirements for bands working with children. Brass Band England has published guidance to help bands prepare, outlining new responsibilities and compliance expectations. If your band relies on volunteers to support activities for children and young people, you should review your safeguarding arrangements now. The UK government has removed the supervision exemption from the definition of regulated activity. This means that many volunteers who were previously exempt because they worked under supervision will now be classed as carrying out regulated activity and will require an appropriate DBS checks before they begin volunteering. From the 1st of September 2026, volunteers who teach, train, instruct, care for or supervise children will usually be considered to be undertaking a regulated activity if they work with children on more than 3 days within a 30-day period, or volunteer on an overnight activity such as residential trips or camps. These volunteers must have an enhanced DBS check with children's barred list information before undertaking these activities. You can learn more about doing DBS checks through Brass Band England's website. Occasional volunteers, such as parents helping on a one-off event, are generally not affected unless they meet the frequency or overnight thresholds. Trustees and leaders should take this opportunity to review their safeguarding arrangements by reviewing all volunteer roles involving children, identifying which volunteers will now fall within regulated activities, applying for enhanced DBS checks with children barred list checks were required, and reviewing safeguarding policies and safer recruitment processes. Alongside this, Brass Band England has issued a fully updated guide to DBS checks and certificates, ensuring bands understand how to apply and what level of checking is required for different roles. Brass Band England has also launched 3 new resources aimed at improving fairness and accountability within volunteer-led organisations, covering governance, transparency and responsible management. These updates collectively represent one of the most substantial policy shifts in UK banding in recent years. The Brass Band Archive has unveiled a new exhibition titled That's Banding. Supported by the National Lottery Heritage Fund, the exhibition explores real voices from the banding world alongside historic artefacts from the archive. It's a celebration of live experiences, from contesting heights to community stories, and offers a rare chance to see banding heritage presented with modern curatorial flair. Also in the news, the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain has completed its major summer concert for 2026 in Bath, featuring over 90 of the UK's finest young musicians. This year's theme, which was Reduce, Reuse, Recycle, explored sustainability through musical reinvention. Highlights included Ad Astra by Jacob Wilhelm Larsen, a new brass band arrangement by Vaughan Williams called Tuba Concerto, performed by soloist Ros Knight, Liz Lane's Reflective Serenata for brass band, and the world premiere of Machine by Simon Dobson, inspired by environmental responsibility. The concert demonstrated how young youth banding continues to push artistic boundaries while engaging with contemporary issues. Now, looking ahead, the 172nd British Open Brass Band Championships has confirmed its adjudication panel for the contest on the 12th September 2026, being held at the Symphony Hall in Birmingham, here in the United Kingdom. The panel includes Arsène Duke, Swiss conducting titan, Martin Brabin's internationally renowned conductor with deep brass band roots, and David Hurst, who is one of the UK's most experienced adjudicators. Bands will compete on Philip Sparks' Music of the Spheres, with international entrants from Australia and Belgium joining the UK's elite bands. This announcement sets the stage for one of the most anticipated contests of 2026. Now for a major industry story which comes from the United States, where the government is proposing a 25% tariff on imported brass and woodwind instruments, parts and accessories. The proposal has drawn criticism from manufacturers, retailers and musicians, who argue that the tariff is unjustified and could significantly increase costs for players and ensembles across the country and the world. If enacted, this could have global ripple effects, especially for bands relying on American suppliers or distributors. In Switzerland, brass band Emmental delivered a standout performance at the March Concours 2026, one of the country's most beloved traditional festivals. The event drew around 40,000 visitors, creating a vibrant atmosphere for the band's appearance. The programme, which was praised for musicality, energy and emotional connection with the audience, a reminder of how strong the Swiss banding scene remains. And also from Switzerland, the National Youth Brass Band of Switzerland, the NJBB, has just completed its 51st summer course, bringing together over 100 Swiss young musicians from across the country. Following the major jubilee year in 2025, the NJBB is entering a new era focused on innovation, youth development and cross-regional collaboration. Now to one of the biggest global contest stories, which comes from Birmingham, where Spanish ensemble Ayoko has won the 2026 Philip Jones International Brass Ensemble Competition. The competition, which featured 14 ensembles from around the world, 6 semi-finalists, 3 finalists performing 45-minute programmes, Ayoko impressed judges with works by Gabriele, McRae, Ewald, Bernstein, Berlioz and Turnage, earning £6,000 first prize, the Onyx Brass Publishing Prize, invitations to future major performances, including a potential Wigmore Hall concert in 2028. This win cements Ayoko as one of Europe's most exciting young ensembles. And that brings us to the end of this week's Sounds of Brass newsroom. From major UK policy changes to international contest triumphs, youth band innovation and global industry developments, the brass band world which continues to evolve, driven by passion, community and of course the commitment to musical excellence. I'm Peter, and you've been listening to a slightly shorter Sounds of Brass weekly news. Join me next week for another deep dive into the stories shaping our brass band world. From myself and everyone here at Sounds of Brass Newsroom, I'll catch you all very soon, and keep brass banding alive.